Why did you let our system maintenance slide? Do you understand how much damage this has done to us?
I quit my job last month. Kenji, the managing director, suggested I should, so I decided to quit.
Wait, you're joking, right?
I'm Keiji Sato. I used to work in sales at Doki Doki Insurance, but
What the heck is going on?
this is Nagisa. She's the CEO of Doki Doki Insurance. Hello, this is Keiji speaking.
Why did you let our system maintenance slide? Do you understand how much damage this has done to us?
What?
You were supposed to look after the maintenance of our system. But now everything's crashed, and we can't do anything.
I quit last month. So that's supposed to be Naoki's job now.
Wait a second. You actually quit your job here last month?
Yeah. Kenji, the managing director, suggested I should, so I decided to quit.
Wait, you're joking, right?
Honestly, I was already considering leaving for a while now. So when he suggested I should quit, it felt like the right moment, you know? But since you've been away on so many business trips, I guess nobody filled you in. Oh, Nagisa. Ever heard of knocking before barging in here? This is Kenji Takenaka.
What exactly happened while I was gone?
I had Keiichi coach Naoki on client interactions, but some of Naoki's clients decided to pull their insurance policies from us. I pretty much did everything Keiichi told me to do.
This is Naoki Uchida. He's the son of one of our most important clients.
I began to question whether Keiichi's coaching style was the right match for our company. So I had a conversation with him about it. And it turns out he was already thinking about leaving, so he made that choice.
You can't be serious. You really should have run this by me or at least kept me in the loop.
Well, it seemed like you were way too caught up with your work trips and all.
And honestly, losing Keiji is a major blow for us.
A major blow for us? If you ask me, he seemed way too invested in the little details, like building connections with his clients at work.
No. Building strong relationships with our clients is what leads to lasting profits for our company. It's pretty clear we have a different outlook on this, Kenji.
1 month later. Wait a second. You're actually stepping down as the CEO of Doki Doki Insurance and going solo to launch your own business?
That's right. I wanted to create a place where you could work comfortably, Keiji.
Hang on. You did this for me?
I've held the CEO title, but I've been wanting to run a business my way for a while now. Honestly, everything that's happened lately finally pushed me to take the leap. Keiji, I owe you an apology for how things went down at Doki Doki Insurance. I should have supported you better.
Not at all. Don't worry about it. Soon after, Nagisa left her job at Doki Doki Insurance and launched her own company called Tokimeki Insurance. I was one of her first team members and got to work there. Meanwhile, over at Doki Doki Insurance...
All right, everyone, listen up. From this point forward, it's all about the profits. Our goal is to be the #1 company in our industry. And for those who are still stuck in the inefficient, overly detailed approaches, you've got to whip them into shape and train them hard. Yes, sir. I really want our sales team to offer as many optional services as possible to our current clients. We need to take advantage of every opportunity. Got it, sir. As for Naoki, I really think he's got great potential. I'd like to see him in a more significant position. Right. By the way, his father, Mr. Uchida, will be visiting us this afternoon. Oh, really? Got it. Mr. Uchida, sorry for the delay. I really appreciate your patience. Way to go, Mr. Tanaka, on your promotion. I'm looking forward to our company sticking together and maintaining our great partnership.
Thank you very much.
Please look out for my son, will you? He tends to take his time getting into things. Naoki, remember to contribute at work. Got it? Yes, sir. Oh, you don't have to worry about him. Your son is exceptionally talented. I'll take care of everything. No problem.
And so, with Kenji steering the ship, Doki Doki Insurance began a new chapter. 3 months later, at Tokimeki Insurance. Welcome! How can I... Wait, Mrs. Yamamoto?
Hello there, Keiichi. It's been a while. I'm really glad to see you're doing well.
Well, wait, how did you know I was working here?
Oh, a friend of mine told me that you changed jobs and are now working here.
Oh, I see.
The other day, I went ahead and canceled my insurance with Doki Doki Insurance.
Wait, what? Why?
You know, I can't quite explain it, but I had this feeling that there was something off about them.
There was something off about them?
Yes, they kept throwing in all these extra features to my insurance policy that I didn't really want. At first, when I heard their pitch, it all sounded reasonable and I thought I needed them, so I went along with it. But over time, my insurance payments just kept going up. When I finally sat down and thought it through, I realized I didn't really need most of those options. After that, it just didn't feel right, so I decided to cancel my insurance with them.
I see.
Honestly, when you were handling my insurance plan, I never felt that way. You always took the time to explain everything clearly to my questions until I understood everything. Plus, your follow-ups were really thorough.
Oh, I was just doing my job.
Anyway, that's the reason I'm here. I'm hoping to switch my insurance plan to Tokimeki Insurance.
Oh, great. We'd love to have you with us. Meanwhile, at Doki Doki Insurance,
Is this report actually true? Yes, sir. We've been experiencing a surge of cancellations of insurance policies from our clients lately. Do we know why that's happening? Well, it looks like quite a few of them are clients Keiji used to manage when he was a sales rep at our company. What did you just say? Why would they all be canceling their insurance policies? We're not sure about all the details, but it looks like many are feeling disappointed that Keiichi's no longer with us. He was the one managing most of our major clients. Whoa. Keiichi? He was the one taking care of our major clients? When Nagisa became the CEO, he took over a lot of our clients. And from what I hear, those clients were pretty fond of him. I never realized that since he was dealing with a completely different type of service. What should we do? If the cancellations keep coming from our clients, it's going to seriously impact our company. This is frustrating. We really have to bring him back to our team. Wait, what? Find a way to talk Keiichi into coming back. I don't care what reason you give him. Got it, sir.
meanwhile, at Tokimeki Insurance.
So, how did that last customer go?
Well, after going over everything, I let them know that their existing insurance plan was actually the perfect match for their needs.
I see.
Sorry, I know this isn't really boosting our sales.
Don't worry about it. Look, even if it doesn't improve our numbers, that's not the focus. I wanted to start a company where people can work and genuinely listen to what our clients need.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Meanwhile, over at Doki Doki Insurance.
Excuse me? What's wrong? I think I messed up a negotiation with our client. They got upset and they said they want to reconsider doing business with us. Which client are you talking about? They're from Dokin Corporation? I was trying to push some additional coverage options for the insurance policy, but they started getting really frustrated. Dokin Corporation? Shoji, what were you thinking putting Naoki in charge of a big client like Dokin Corporation? He should have worked with some smaller ones first. I was under the impression that assigning him important roles would be good for his growth. Dokin Corporation is one of our biggest partners. We can't afford to mess this up. Shoji, you take the lead on fixing things with Dokin Corporation after what happened. Yes, sir. And what about Keiichi? Any progress on getting him back? I've reached out multiple times to him, but he's not interested in coming back. Say what? Did he say why? Well, he's already found a new job. Fine. Offer him more than what he's making now. We seriously need him back. Got it, sir. Actually, there's one more thing. What now? It's about the sales team. Their energy has been kind of off lately. Many of them aren't really tuning into me or following my directions anymore. What? That's something you should fix with the team, not ask for my help. With all due respect, sir, I believe the sales team's lack of motivation comes from the way you show favoritism towards certain employees.
Some are struggling to keep up with your mindset and how you lead.
Are you saying I'm biased or something? I treat all our workers fairly.
I don't think you realize it, but you do. The morale of the sales team is suffering. And to be honest, we're losing some team members because of this. Kenji, you're leading the company now. Perhaps you should consider changing up your approach a bit?
I have my way of doing things. You just focus on doing what's best for our company.
Yes, sir.
And sometime later, over at Doki Doki Insurance.
Mrs. Hojo, I see you're thinking about canceling our insurance.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
Is there a problem with what we're providing?
A problem? Well, Mr. Takenaka, you ought to think twice about how you and your company handle business.
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying you ought to think about your business approach when you're offering those extra options on the insurance policy that aren't really necessary.
Well, that's...
Look, I know you probably believe those options are essential, but for someone like me, who really pays attention to their finances, they're just a bunch of extra nonsense. I'd much rather have simple, practical advice on my insurance policy.
That's not what we're trying to do.
Well, anyway, I should get going. I've got an appointment lined up with my old sales contact, Keiji.
Huh? You have an appointment with Keiji? Why?
Oh, you didn't know? Keiji is now working for... what was her name? Nagisa, I think. Anyway, he's working at her company now. Everyone I talk to has nothing but good things to say about him and his work ethic. Quite a few have already switched their insurance to her company or are thinking about doing it.
Say what? Shoji, did you know about this?
Know what exactly?
About Keiji and his new job? He's working at Nagisa's company now.
Yes. I actually found out about that when I talked to him the other day.
And you didn't think to tell me?
I didn't think his new job was relevant enough to report to you.
It is if he's working for Nagisa and her company. They're practically stealing our clients.
I really don't think that's the case, sir.
I'm off to Nagisa's company to see Keiji and Nagisa right now.
I see. Well, I've got a meeting to go to, so...
After that, at Tokimeki Insurance.
Mind explaining what's going on here?
Kenji?
Well, what's the problem?
Seems like you've been reaching out to our clients and taking them.
Reaching out to your clients and talking to them? What are you going on about? We would never do something like that.
Oh, is that right? Then how do you explain the flood of clients canceling their insurance that Keiji used to handle back at our company? And guess where a lot of them went? To your company, Tokimeki Insurance.
They chose to switch their insurance to our company, and that was their decision. We didn't try to lure or persuade any of your clients to join us.
What did you just say?
Kenji, I've actually heard a few things. Seems like a lot of your team members have been leaving your company lately.
How did you know that?
A few people have hopped over to our company after they quit their jobs at Doki Doki Insurance.
Say what? So now you're snatching my workers too?
No, you've got it all wrong. They came to this company because they wanted to. They figured out where they wanted to be and what kind of work environment suited them.
Hang on, Mr. Uchida, Shoji, what are you two doing here?
I had a meeting with Shoji today, but I heard you were in this office. So, I figured I'd bring him here.
You didn't have to do that.
I've been hearing some pretty unsettling things from Shoji about what's going on at your company. Not to mention, my son. Mr. Takenaka, I've told you more than once. Stop treating my son like he's fragile. I wanted him to explore various perspectives, which is why I trusted you with him. But your mindset is way too strict, and it looks like you're playing favorites based on your own biases.
I was just assessing Naoki according to his real capabilities. Shoji, what exactly did you tell Mr. Uchida?
I only told him what's really going on. I told him that if things continue like this, it's not going to be good for Naoki's future. I wouldn't want Naoki adopting your way of thinking. That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Mr. Uchida, Shoji, how could you?
I've stood by you for years, Kenji. I believed in your philosophy that growing a company means prioritizing profits above all else. But ever since you took over, and I've seen how you run things, I've started to question that.
Excuse me?
Before, I only saw you in a very limited context. And yes, you were reliable and good at what you do. But as the leader of a company, that same mindset just doesn't work. You must have realized that your old methods weren't effective anymore at some point. But instead of changing your approach and evolving, you chose to persist with the same methods. And look where that got you. You ended up losing key clients and even some employees.
Shoji.
I'm leaving my position at Doki Doki Insurance. I need some time to think about my plans for the future.
Shoji, I know it's all in the past now, but honestly, I've always been a bit skeptical about your focus on putting profits before everything else, Kenji.
Kenji, I see where you're coming from about profits being crucial for a company's success. But if that's all you care about, it's just a matter of time before things start to fall apart. You can't just disregard the people and the connections that keep the business going. If you do, your clients and team will walk away.
Kenji, I'm thinking we should reassess our relationship with your company, Doki Doki Insurance.
I beg your pardon?
Trust is everything when it comes to business and partnerships. I was just worried about my son at the beginning, but now I see the whole situation. I believe it's best if we break ties with your company. And as for my son, I'd prefer he doesn't work for you anymore.
No, wait, please. I promise. I'll make sure your son turns into a fine professional.
Mr. Uchida, if you'd like, we'd be more than happy to have Naoki at our company.
You would? Are you sure about this, Nagisa?
Oh, absolutely. You helped me so much when I was at Doki Doki Insurance. I'd be thrilled to team up with Naoki again.
I can't thank you enough. Truly. Please, be sure to take good care of him.
This can't be happening.
After losing all credibility with clients and within his own company, Kenji had no option but to step down. Without his CEO position, even his family distanced themselves from him, and it seems like things are pretty rough for him at home. Meanwhile, Naoki is putting in a lot of effort to make a name for himself at Tokimeki Insurance. As for me, well...
Keiji, working alongside you has really made me feel even prouder of the work I do.
Oh, I didn't really do anything.
Hey, what if we went out for a dinner? Just the two of us, enjoying some time together outside of work?
Huh? Yeah, I'd love that. Work is going great, and my personal life is just as good, if not better. Thanks for watching until the end.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.